Let's see, this has changed a little bit. Got a little thicker since the last time I've been here. Just drooped down a little bit. I am inside of a teepee structure, actually. See, around structures, they do the triangles on the ground. I am actually inside. Oh, I just broke a stick in there. Sorry. Inside of a teepee structure right here. Now I'm on the outside of it. Alright. What you sit? Look how huge that is. It goes all the way up there. I can't even reach. Okay. I'm gonna switch lighting. I broke my headlamp last time I was out here. The plastic snapped off where it connects to the head mounting piece. So I gotta order a new headlamp. But that's no big deal. Hey, TikTok side, we got David, how's it going? Erob, hey, how's it going? YouTube side, Tarla Bear, what's up? Suspicious guys, what's happening? What is up? Don't forget to squatch that like. If you're on TikTok, smash that heart. Alright, through here, a bunch of bats live in this part. Yeah, they're in here. Hear them flapping around, chirping. Heck, what we're doing, I'm gonna go drop this bag of apples down here at the gifting spot for the Sasquatches. Watch my footing. Yeah, so I don't want to trip on that. For people who don't live around here, it is 3:17 a.m. Hey, Blanky, what's up? EDNTU, what's up? See, I got two separate live streams going simultaneously. I have one on YouTube going and I have one on TikTok going. You get through here, this is pretty thick right here. That bat got close. There's what we just went through. I had to crouch down and get through it, and I'm only 5'4", little dude. That clanking is my, I have these on my hands. Then we have wild animals out here. There's bear out here, coyote, and I don't bring pew-pews with me. So if an animal were to try to attack me, I have claws, I have blades on me. No pew-pew. Homie, don't play that. Oh, thank you for the gift. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Sorry, guys, if I lose track of the chats, it's because I have to keep my guard up when I'm down here. Like, I have to watch everything around me. You know, this isn't like being in the middle of the city going to a park. This is cows outnumber people out here. Wow, this came all down too. That was another entrance I had to get down in here. You smack this tree, give a smack this tree, give a you're dealing with cryptids such as Sasquatches, one knock is a location beacon. Hey, I'm here. This is where I'm at. Sometimes you'll get a return knock from a different location. And that's them replying back to you saying, hey, I'm over here. Sometimes figure it out. Now, there's something unique about this area here. You see this goes down in tiers, right? Let me decline. Sorry, I don't have people come up on my live with me on TikTok side, so you know. I'm in the woods. I gotta be focused. I'm not having people up on a secondary screen. I apologize if it inconveniences you or get hurt, you know. Don't be upset. But you see how the trees here fall uphill? We had a bad storm yesterday, but this was down before the storm. But you see down there, trees here fall uphill, not downhill. Isn't that irregular? People keep trying to get in on the thing on the TikTok side. Nope. Look at the chats. Suspicious guy. Decline. This is where my camp area is. Right down there. Wow, TikTok side. People keep trying to get in on here. I am not having guests on while I am in the woods. Please quit trying to get me to invite you in. It's on while I am in the woods. Please quit trying to get me to invite you in. Alright, I'm gonna do my call and see if I get a return call. So what you're gonna hear is gonna be me. Using my call here. Me. Using my call here. Normally I have to cup it with two hands. That eye shine, if you even see it. That eye shine, if you even see it. Yeah. See you. Hello, dear. Let me get down this. These hills suck. Backwoods, Pennsylvania. Now, whenever I do calls and whatnot, ooh, that looks like a print. I do calls and whatnot. Ooh, that looks like a print going uphill in the leaves. I let you know when I'm doing my calls. Sometimes people hear in the leaves. I let you know when I'm doing my calls. Sometimes people hear and they'll think something out in the woods and it's not. It's like there. Then you don't see that lights. Then you don't see that lights. But I want to clarify that so it's not mistaken as a gifting table. And after I set these apples up and I set their toy back up, after I set their apples out, I come to this down tree and that rock right there. I did have a squatch knocker, but they took it. And then when I got it back, it was out. I come to this down tree and that rock right there. I did have a squatch knocker, but they took it. And then when I got it back, it was cracked. And if I use it, it's snapping. That thing's made of solid Australian oak. So I'm going to take this rock. It was cracked. And if I use it, it's snapping. That thing's made of solid Australian oak. So I'm going to take this rock on this branch, on this down tree, species, people always hear tree knocks in the woods, and it's a form of communication. As I stated a little bit ago, one single knock is saying, this is where I'm at, this is my location. When you get two knocks, that's saying there's food over here. That's a dinner bell. So two knocks is like a dinner bell. For those who are joining me the first time, if you like a dinner bell. For those who are joining me the first time, if you don't know, I'll give you a little bio. I've been in the same spot with the same clan for over 18 years now. I have been gifting bi-weekly. Now, when I say bi-weekly, I mean I'm going out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's 3 days in a row. Normally not during weekdays, but we had a tornado back home, so we came out here. Normally not during weekdays, but we had a tornado back home, so we came out here. There's no power, and they said we ain't gonna have power for like a week. So I brought them. I'm gonna bring some here. There's no power, and they said we ain't gonna have power for like a week. So I brought them. I'm gonna bring some apples out here. Leaving the bag and all. There's some apples that ain't that good in those ones. This happy looking apple here. I'll get rid of that. Roll that down the hill. Oh, it ain't no good. This one's getting a little pruny looking. That one ain't good. Alright. Ew, that one looks nasty. I'll get that out of there. Ew, that one looks nasty. I'll get that out of there. And where's this one here? Don't look. And where's this one here? Don't look good either. No, not that one. One. Make sure it isn't like teeth marks, you know, like a raccoon or anything of that nature. And like a raccoon or anything of that nature. And they open things properly. Like if you leave them chocolates and stuff, they open them the right way. Now, anytime that I've had animal tracks come up to here, and this plate was tampered by an animal. This has happened a few times. 2 times I've actually taken photos. The one time it was a raccoon. He stole a little chocolate bar and he ate it. This is empty. Let me put this bag in my pocket. You see, I leave things for him to look at. So, laminate them. And I leave things like this for him to look at. Like these are old petroglyphs and whatnot. I've got maps of the celestial maps and shit. Tried different ancient text writings with them. I've been trying to decode what type of language celestial maps and shit. Tried different ancient text writings with them. I've been trying to decode what type of language they would be familiar with as a text. In the middle, I've left them these. But, so we got apples set up, and there's a Kong toy. Get him put up here for him. Leg up, and there's no chew marks on it. It was literally snapped. When I first displayed it, I had chew marks on it. It was literally snapped. When I first displayed it, I had him holding her. So put that there. I'm gonna go into town tomorrow. I'll probably stop at the Dollar Tree and grab a couple of those zoo figures. You know, like I want to find like a wolf or a Hey, what's up, Ryan? Catherine? Hello, Bear Claw. I will leave maybe like ape primate toys, stuff like that. Things that resemble them, even though they're not really apes. The things that resemble ape primate toys, stuff like that. Things that resemble them, even though they're not really apes. The things that resemble their species, I like to leave them toys like that, and they actually play with them. I heard of something down there, but I guess okay, this is good to go. Put the down tree, and I'm going to let them know that I had brought them a snack. So that's what we'll do. And the YouTube side, thanks CP that I'm going live on YouTube. I'm using 2 phones right now to record. I'm on YouTube. I'm using 2 phones right now to record. I'm on a dual live. All right. So I'm going to do 2 knocks with this rock so they know I left them food. Oop, the rock broke. No. Let me see here. No. Let me see here. If I was not live streaming, some people has been down there with me before knows if I'm not live streaming down here, I really don't use lights at all. I go in through and you can see like the grayish hue in between. That's what I like. But I heard something over that way. I have other field equipment with me, but we weren't. I have other field equipment with me, but we weren't going to come. But tornado hit our area, and we're out of power for 5 to 7 days. So we come out here. And we're going to be coming out so early. So I don't have I have my night vision. I have my task cam. I got batteries for it. I can pick up batteries tomorrow. So I don't have I have my night vision. I have my task cam. I got batteries for it. I can pick up batteries tomorrow. I got my SD cards, all that happy crap. I got a night vision device that I use for surveillance. I'm gonna blow my David Leonard call. Game call. David Leonard. There's some syphilis. I'm gonna howl real quick. You killed my lights. I'm sorry. You're sitting in the dark for a second. It is in these woods. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give a little howl because I'm hearing cynocephaly. And when you're out squatching, you know everybody thinks everything's a Sasquatch. That's not true. They roll with other types of cryptid species, like duendes, which duendes are like your little people. Then you got your cynocephala, which people call dogmen. Cynocephaly is the Greek term for them. But I'm going to do a howl because I'm hearing their barks. One will be me. You might hear something off in the distance call back. We'll see. Chick, 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 chicka. Gizmo. Benny, Benny, Bunny, Big Black. They call me Humama Alma. To my right, I am hearing footsteps through the black beetle. I'm going to keep my light off for a minute. Give him a chance to get in close. I apologize for people. There's no white. Benny, Benny, Bunny, Big Black. Benjamin. My wife grew up here. She named Big Black called him Benny Bunny. Benjamin. Shaka. Me and one of my friends named her that nickname. Her name is Ann. Gizmo's name is Wyatt. Alright. Footsteps over that way. Footsteps over that way. For those of you who've seen my pictures I've been posting on TikTok, all my YouTube people seen the stuff already. When we had the white sonocephalite, it was out in the open, and then there's a black one sitting behind a tree next to the stuff already. When we had the white sonocephalite, it was out in the open, and then there's a black one sitting behind a tree next to it. It was taken right there. Sonocephalite, it was out in the open, and then there's a black one sitting behind a tree next to it. It was taken right there. No, ain't nobody getting my live stream. No, I don't invite. But that was taken right up there. At that time, the hammocks used to go over here. Tree. And then the dude that used to come down here with me, called him Mr. Weasel, he tied his hammock from the skinny tree to that skinny tree. So my head was right here, his head was right here. I'm going to give you guys a little story. It's kind of funny. All right, we stuck these big sticks all through the ground along that ravine up there. And across the way, we loaded this down tree all up with vegetables and all kinds of shit. And I was laying in, and across the way, we loaded this down tree all up with vegetables and all kinds of shit. And I was laying in my hammock. I would have been right here. And I had a tarp over my hammock. And I was using night vision binoculars, and I was watching down there. Okay? I was hearing things running up across. I was hearing things running up in here. This big tree right here, I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was Benny. But he was behind this tree, okay? Weasel's perspective of it. Now, he's right here. He's feet. Weasel's perspective of it. Now, he's right here. His feet of his hammock was tied off here. Head of his hammock tied off here. He's laying here. Oh, that what I just heard, that was a stick next to me. I stepped on it, it flipped some leaves, and it rolled over the rock or something. That, if you heard that, that was nothing special. Like I said, I'm honest about things out here. Now, he was up here peeking around this tree. That, if you heard that, that was nothing special. Like I said, I'm honest about things out here. Now, he was up here peeking around this tree, okay? It was funny as hell. I'm over here. He's right here where I'm standing, you know. The Squatch was up here behind this tree, and he would hold on to this part up here. He was holding on to that, and he'd lean to the side, and he would let it tinkle. And the stream would come down, and you'd hear another out. further up in here. And then the third time, he let it loose, and he let it go all over my friend. Like, literally. And then the third time, he let it loose, and he let it go all over my friend. Like, literally. My friend. Like, literally. Because I was sitting. You shouldn't be peeing that much. And then I look over, and there it was up hanging off the side. Another time, that was over this part of the camp. We had this fire pit here with this fire ripping, okay? His hammock, see, we got the guidelines. If I have guests over, I can put tarps up, sections, you know what I mean? In case it rains. Now, his hammock was right there. Okie doke. His head was that way, so he can view this way. Whereas I was in my hammock, my head was up here, so I could watch this ridge line up here. All right. Now, whereas I was in my hammock, my head was up here, so I could watch this ridge line up here. All right. Now, the garage line up there, and he was like, dude, I don't want to base. I only got 2 battery bars left on my light. It's draining fast. So I'm going to shut my light off while I tell you guys a story. I heard that. Okay. So, I got spooked for a second. I ain't going to lie. So, he's over here. I'm over here. And we had the fire going real big right here. So we was watching her eyes shine, and I was like, he's like, dude, she's watching me. I think she likes me. I'm like, no, dude, I've been down here interacting for years. She's watching me to make sure you don't screw with me. He's like, nah. So we did an experiment. We both had 2-way radios. He walked to make sure you don't screw with me. He's like, nah. So we did an experiment. We both had 2-way radios. He walked off in this direction. I walked off to this direction. We were going to see who she would follow. She got up, and she came along this ridge line and followed me. I radioed back to him. She changed position. She pursued my flank. So let's regroup back at camp. We settled this. We know who she's watching now. So we get back to camp, and he's like, dude, do you think they would protect you? I was like, let's do an experiment. Stupidest thing I've ever done down here, and I'll never do it again. So I had a metal fire poker, and I don't even see it hanging on a tree no more. So I had a metal fire poker, and I don't even see it hanging on a tree no more. And I was like, all right, dude, pretend like you want me over the head with it when I count to 3. Stand behind me and pretend like you want me over the head. So I counted to 3. He swung it, and I slumped over my hammock. Okay, I slumped over this, so I was laying in my field view. I'm setting the camera on this so you can see. My field view was like that. That's a street light up there. Don't be fooled. That is not eye shine. So I'm laying there, and she was back in the prone position at this point. Instead of getting into the squatting position and then getting up, she just straight out jumped up. She was going up and down, like looking, kind of assess the situation. And then there was another one up there. It was the white one that I call the handler. And there was another one up there. It was the white one that I call the handler. And she started to come down. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp. She started coming down the hill, but it grabbed her. Almost in a situation as if you're at a club or a bar or something, and someone's making you angry, you're ready to fight, and you're like, no, man, it ain't worth it. It was one of those deals. So whenever it stopped her, she let out this big bellow scream. I mean, it was like hellacious. It was like, oh, I got 1 battery bar. My batteries are draining fast. Bellow scream. I mean, it was like hellacious. It was, oh, I got one battery bar. My batteries are draining fast. So from this position over here, all this shit started flying into camp. There was a tire from the ravine, nuts, branches, and the stuff was coming in. He put his arms up to cover his face and to protect himself. And when he did that, two were coming in. He put his arms up to cover his face and to protect himself. And when he did that, two were coming down on the other side of this tree line right here in a quad position. They were on all fours. They were tearing down the hill, coming down to flank him. They were going to rip him apart. So I jumped up. I was over here. I jumped up and I grabbed my glow sticks and I started waving them around and whooping, and I gave him a big hug and a noogie on his head. And, you know, to show that we were just playing. You know, we're not being serious. Don't hurt my buddy, you know. Everything stopped immediately. 3 hours ago. That was around 1 in the morning. Here comes 4 o'clock, 4:30ish. His head's at this end. My head's at that end, mind you, okay? This tree right here, Paula, she's a grayish white Cynocephala, dog man, or a woman, I should say, came up behind this tree like this. She would peek around at him like that. Now I'm over there in my hammock watching this. I keep seeing this dog head poke around. And I'm like, Weasel, wake up. And he's just snoring. I'm like, come on, dude, you need to wake up. There's a big ass dog trying to look at you. He wouldn't wake up. So Paula proceeded to get down in the prone position. She got on all fours. She came up to this point here, all right, because you know, you came down here and she got underneath of his hammock. I'm still trying to wake him up, calling his name, and he's just snoring. So then her head pops up. Like, we'll say, I'll come over my hammock, give an example. So the head would pop up, like, you know, pop up and look down at him, but it was around his head area. And then her head would pop back down, peeking up on him and then going back underneath his hammock. Now, after the third or fourth time peeking, I'm scanning my area. Now, after the third or fourth time peeking, I'm scanning my area. Sorry, gotta watch my perimeter. I heard a whistle. You don't whistle at night. A juju. So, whenever she popped her head up the last time, she laid her head on his chest, like her ear. Now, this is creepy. It was like the Cynocephala was listening to his heartbeat. It laid its head on his chest like it was listening to his damn heartbeat. Finally, he wakes up because she started sniffing up his chest to his cheek. You know how dogs do that wheezing exhale, like that kind of sneeze they do, that external sneeze? She did that in his face. And when that happened, in his face. And when that happened, he opened his eyes. Hey, I don't know, I can't read your language, but dude, I keep declining you to come in, and if you keep trying to join my live stream, I'm going to block you. Told you I don't have guests. I'm solo out here. I don't have guests. No, I'm not having you guests. I'm solo out here. I don't have guests. No, I'm not having you on my screen. Sorry, TikTok side. But I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm sorry. All right, good night, Elder Bear Clyde. Let's see, you're getting ready for bed. Well, I just heard a tree smack over there. But when she did that, well, I just heard a tree smack over there. But when she did that, at this. And then her whole face curled up like some National Geographic shit. When you see wolves all angry on National Geographic when they showed her gums, her gum line from the top of her, where her teeth would be going into the gums, to the point of where it met the septum. G.I. Joe. I swear to God, I was like, my battery's almost dead on my light. That gap is shit you could ever imagine. And then I gotta turn my light back on. There's something up there. So we're up here, right? From down in there, I might as well get off my butt and show you. Right down this hill, down in that thicket right there. Because I'm praying at this point, literally. I was praying to God, please don't eat my friend. From down here, you hear a squatch grunt. There's a kind of deal. And it was up here. Him, showed the teeth, looked up at me, and then her head went real slow back down to him. She showed her gums and all again, did this real loud growl, and she touched the cheek, his cheek. She touched it with the tip of its tongue like it was tasting him. Then looked back up at me, and turned around and walked down here and joined that squatch that called it off. That's a true damn story. And I'll tell you, that was one of my scariest experiences down here. He refused to come down here after that for a while. Like, I'm like, hey, you want to come squatching? And he's like, oh. It freaked him out, rightfully so. Batteries on the light are dying. I got one bar on my spotlight. I have to switch lights. This light sucks. Batteries on the light are dying. I got one bar on my spotlight. I have to switch lights. This light sucks. There's only like 2 people on the TikTok side, so y'all know. Only my wife Chulu Rose will be on the side screen, or I will let Mr. Giggles in, because I was straight up let him hear his Mickey Mouse and Elmo voices to them. Turn my lights off for a minute. My electronics are getting long. My spotlight battery is down to 1 bar. It should last like twice as long as what I've already been down here. And then this light started flicking. I don't know what's going on with that shit. When you're dealing with cryptid species, for some reason they can manipulate your equipment. Your batteries will drain. If they touch your stuff, it'll never work again. It's like an EMP going through your equipment if they touch it. Another thing too, sometimes if they know you captured them on an SD card, they can wipe your card. It's almost like you take the old cassette tapes from the 1980s and you ran a magnet across it. Same deal. It's like, and when this happened, I had to pay like $80 for a program to unlock the card and to refrag everything. And then it's like every time I've done that, it was like, there's the squatches, or there's the son of syphilis. But the issue is like $80. I mean, that's yearly, but still, that's a lot of money just to see what's on a damn SD card. I'm gonna look at the chat. I haven't been looking at it. Abnormal investigations on the YouTube side. What's cracking? I've got what I think were a couple of cool pics. Thank you, Tarla. See, I got a couple people on the YouTube side here who are friends of mine who review my footage, and they screenshot the stuff for me and send it to me what they see. I know my batteries are dying. I don't even have a headlamp on me, but I'm going this way because I keep hearing stuff this way. I'm gonna do a single knock right here, give my location. Oh, that sounded like shit. I'm gonna do a little whoop-de-whoop. See, that's why I tell you guys before I make a noise, that way y'all. Some people think that, oh, there was a Bigfoot. No, no, no. I'll let you know when I'm hearing them. So I'm gonna do a little whoop. Let that go. Now I'm gonna hit my call. Once again, this one will be me. Okay, I'll put my call down. Sorry about the black screen. The flashlights are dying. Yeah. I'm on my knee right here. Dude, there's a slug right in front of me. Don't eat slugs. They'll make you puke. They'll make you puke. Another thing, if anybody is watching who goes out in the field and just squatching and stuff, always look up. Always look in the trees. They climb trees. They're really good at that. Same with the cynocephaly. The dogmen, they climb trees too. Like, they're really good at it. Always keep that in mind. Always look up. Same as a safety precaution. If you feel the wind blow, always look up. Same as a safety precaution. If you feel the wind blow, you see trees rocking, always look up because you never know if one's going to fall on you. Oh man, I just stood up into a damn. Yeah, my battery's going. Hey, my wife's in there. I'll send an invite to you. Okay, invitation set. That's up to her. She wants to get on. Track. No, it's not. No, it's not. That wasn't. I thought it was at first. It wasn't a track. It gets hard to see down here whenever. It gets hard to see down here whenever everything starts growing in. I was down here. I've been tracked by a bear. That sucked. There was a black bear one year. It was trying to track me. My spotlight's gonna die soon. Not tomorrow. I will come down here during the day. It's raining because I got other boxes for my phones. I'm gonna do like I did today. I'll go live on both channels. Nah, I might just make a video. I don't know. Today, I'll go live on both channels. Nah, I might just make a video. I don't know. It depends on my mood. I don't like having to read chats, but I will come down here during the day at some point and check on those gifts and see if anything came by. And then if something did, we'll look for some tracks and we'll see what evidence we can obtain. But I have to go to town tomorrow too. I gotta get more. I'm gonna get them some pineapple and stuff like that. They love pineapples. They really like pineapples. When I gift them those, they'll take them off the table and they'll eat them. And then the top part, they throw them in my deer blind. Like they use my deer blind as the trash can for the tops of their pineapples. And these are the size rocks. Like they use my deer blind as the trash can for the tops of their pineapples. And these are the size rocks they used to throw at me. When I first started doing this stuff, they used to throw these at me before they liked me. It took 12 years to get them to like me. And that's gifting bi-weekly. But I had a long night yesterday. Yesterday was some crazy shit, guys. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Check this out. I told my wife, I was like, hey, let's take the kids to the park today. So, we got waters together, we got this and that and the other, we was all set. So, we get to the park. Right before we got there, there was a military aircraft was flying at a low altitude. Not even, especially over the area I live. But it flew over. About 15 minutes later, not even, especially over the area I live. But it flew over. About 15 minutes later, we get a National Weather Service alerts on our phones. Like our phone was going off like there was an Amber Alert or something. And then it was saying severe storm. Not even 3 minutes later, a tornado, like brick little buildings. Got my wife and kids huddled in the bathroom there. And then it started to calm down a little bit, so I went and got them rain gear and everything, so I didn't want my kids getting wet and cold. And so they locked themselves in the bathroom while I went to go, because I only live like 3 or 4 blocks away from the park. I walked home, and like Forrest Gump said, it was that stinging rain. It wasn't big old fat rain, it was stinging rain. And it wasn't big old fat rain, it was stinging rain. And I was walking home, I was picking branches up off the road and throwing them off to the side. There was a car in its driveway and a pine tree got ripped out of the ground and fell right on top of it. Like, it was crazy. It was a tornado. And we're out of power. They said a minimum 5 to 7 days, maximum 3 weeks. So my daughter's school got canceled because of this stuff. Is something dumb? No, not that tree. Not that right there. Oh, I got 2 cameras. I gotta be more specific. Not that. Further back. Not that. Further back. Oh no, maybe there's nothing. But so I get home, fumbled around in the dark, getting my kids rained up, and we went home. But that was some crazy shit. There's over 200,000 residences without power. This is the X. Oh, that's all right, Cholo. Thanks for telling me. Cholo. Thanks for telling me. But this is the X structure. As you see, it ain't no little Cub Scout size. A lot of Sasquatch channels you see, they'll be like, oh, look, it's a structure, and it's these tiny little sticks. I'm like, come the hell on, you built that yourself. Look at this. Look how big that, oh, almost fell going up the hill backwards. Let me get up here a little further, give you an idea what a real Squatch X is. See how long that is? Look at that. That's a Sasquatch structure. Not that petty little Boy Scout, Cub Scout shit they do that you see on channels, you know? Okay. This is a horizontal X structure. This is go on www.nasa.gov www.nasa.gov and look up X points. Very interesting stuff. Because I got on trail camera what this thing does. Very unique. I'm heading up the hill. I'm tired, guys. I didn't sleep good last night because of power outages and stuff. You know, I was worried about someone trying to break in or looting and stuff. So, oops, excuse me, I didn't mean to burp. So I didn't sleep good that night. And then I got up super early today. And we took the kids out to play out back, and then we made the decision to come here. That's why none of my gear's charged up for today, like my night vision and my full spectrum cameras and IR illuminators. None of that crap's charged right now. Matter of fact, when I go in tonight, I'm going to plug it all in. That way tomorrow night, I'll be able to do some other stuff out here. We'll get some night vision footage. We'll get some full spectrum. I'm debating. I don't know if I should mount a full spectrum camera on the back of my head, or if I just use it as a surveillance mounted on a facial recognition thing. But yeah, please don't forget if you like what I do, I mean, it ain't nothing special, but if you like what I do, smash that like, man. Squash that like, follow, subscribe. That don't cost you nothing to follow, or YouTube to subscribe don't cost nothing. TikTok is a follow. I'm not worried about getting gifts. I don't go on my channel begging people for money. I don't do that. My research, my problem. If I need equipment, I will save up for it. I am not going to ask my viewers. I noticed that a lot of people will be like, oh, I broke my phone. I need a new phone so I can keep bringing you content. Bullshit. Your channel, your responsibility. My perspective. I'm heading up towards the road. I think I see a new X structure up here. It looks like a vertical one. We're going to find out. Ow, damn it. Those jaggers. Walk right into those. Got my nippy. Ow, my nippy. Okay. Let me see if this is a horizontal or a vertical X, or if this is just the way it's setting. Okay. No, that's a brake. That looks like a hill right there. Whoa. Oh, YouTube's saying I have to do a verification thing. Or not YouTube, Tiki-Talkie. Drag the slider to fit the puzzle. Really? Sorry guys, I gotta do something for the TikTok thing. Alright. So, let's look at this. Coming down here, go up here, snapped up there. All truth, I do not think that's a Sasquatch brake. Reason being, there's not a twist on it. That's just a brake. That could have been weather, high winds. It doesn't appear, well, you have this right here. It broke off of this. So, my explanation for this brake here is high winds and this tree fell onto this one. But I will show you a legitimate Sasquatch tree brake. So you'll see the difference. You see that one's just busted right there. Alright, you see there's no twist. Sasquatches twist when they break. I'm going to go over to a real brake and show you. If I can get through this thick crap. Oh, it's all jaggers. I'm in jagger heaven. Ow! Shit. Did I get it right way even? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Just don't want to get in these jaggers. These are all jaggers. Oh, shoot. Okay. We're going in, buddy. It's just a little pinch. Ow. Ow. I hate jaggers. I'll be pulling them out of my skin later. Okay. Where am I at right now? Okay. These woods are so darn thick, it's easy to get turn around. Come up this way. Come up through here. They knocked that tree down? Come through here. Got a duck. Ow, I just took a jagger to my forehead. I think I went too far. Alright. There's all kinds of spider webs through that. Alright, I'm gonna squeeze through this little gap here. So bear with me, I'm gonna crawl. I just had a stick go up my nostril. I hope I ain't getting in poison ivy, I'm allergic to it. My balls! Okay. Alright. See how thick that was? I just crawled through there. Literally, I was on my hands and knees. More jaggers. More jaggers. Ouch. Ow. Okay. too far. Sure as hell did. I went too far. So now I gotta go through this little tunnel maze. More jaggers. Yay! Ow! My shoulder. Ow! Squash that like if you like seeing me get jacked up in these jaggers. I am. Look, my stuff's getting all hung up. Well, I gotta go under. Yeah, I gotta go under this. I gotta go under. Yeah, I gotta go under this. Ah, my boot knife got hung up. There we go. I smell cucumbers. Cucumber equals copperheads. There ain't no cucumbers growing in here. Come through here. There we go. Nice. Been tapping the screen. Thank you, baby. I love my wife. All right. Ouch. I'm looking for a specific tree break if you're wondering what I'm doing right now. Okay. Now I know exactly where I'm at. Wait, where'd the tree go? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Look at this one. Here's the difference now. That other tree, it was busted, right? Look at this. You see that the bark is twisted. They give you a rotated twist whenever they snap things. They don't just break it. They do a twist when they break it, you know? That's a real break. And notice when you follow, these are like road signs. You follow the angle that's going down that the brake is facing. So this brake is up here, it's coming down there. That's a road sign. It lands that way. They're nesting areas and territorial markers. Right. I'm tired. Right. I'm tired. So I'm gonna. Oh, excuse me, I burped again. I'm gonna go ahead up in the house. It's after 4 in the morning, I believe. Yeah, it's 4:19. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. In the house. See some black down there. Black. Let's see if I can sound. Okay, where that little Y comes up. Let me zoom in. That might be not. No, I was mistaken. Oh, sorry, I was zooming on my other phone. I gotta go. I gotta pull jaggers out of my legs and shoulder, guys. I hope y'all have a squatch-tastic evening. Squatch-tastic evening. Okay. Take that back to normal. Here, let me switch these cameras around so I can get a happy bye-bye. Where is the camera switcher on this one? Da, 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 da. More foot camera, there it is. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I know it ain't the greatest. I can't stand watching people doing Sasquatch expedition stuff personally, but I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with my wife. Y'all have a squatch-tastic evening, and remember, when you're in the woods, you're never alone. You're never alone. And also, before I get off, I want to give a big shout out Mr. Giggles. Both channels, YouTube and TikTok. He's on Facebook too. Look up Mr. Giggles. If you're looking for a good laugh, he's a friend of mine. He does voice impersonations, you know? Like, he could do Mickey Mouse, he could do all kinds of stuff. Elmo, and he sounds just Rick and Morty, and he sounds just like them to the T. So if you get a chance, type in Mr. Giggles, give him a shot. You guys might like him. I know it's not cryptid related, but it's a good laugh, if you get what I mean. And also, before I get off of here, shit, I forgot over there. We gotta look this way though. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing I'm working on a new series. You see, I got all pissed off, and I quit releasing stuff on YouTube for a while. I got angry about something. I'm not gonna speak about all of it because I don't put business out there like that. So it pissed me off pretty bad. And actually, it was a couple people pissed me off. So I quit doing stuff for a while. And turn this light off here. So I'm going to be working on a new series that breaks down cryptids in the Bible. Like, literally, the preachers tell you not to take it literal. But I can't do that. When I read the biblical word, I take it literal. And there's certain tribes and there's certain individuals in the Bible whom do not meet a human standard at all. And we're going to be going over those in the future. But I'm doing my research hardcore. I want to make sure I have it all down packed before I would release it, because I don't want to mess up. I want to make sure everything I tell you guys is accurate. So I'm going to have the biblical standpoint, but I'm going to give what I'm seeing in it. But then I'm going to refer to sources outside of the biblical realm, like the romance of Alexander the Great and stuff of that nature. So we're going to start with the biblical different species, and then throughout the video it's going to transition from the biblical standard to the medieval point and then to current. That way, what I'm going to teach from the biblical standard from a cryptozoological standpoint, I'm going to be showing separate sources to back the theories that I have. And then you would see why I have the theories that I have, because you hear the Canaanites, they were son of syphilis. And when you go into other texts outside of the Bible, like conquistadors, explorers, people like Marco Polo and all that. Well, some of them have been through the land of Canaan, and they said that the land of Canaan was full of dog-headed people. Sana Sefoi, St. Christopher, Sana Sefoi. So, almost fell over. I'm going to be working on those videos after I get home with the powers on and everything. When I do something on a biblical standpoint as far as the research goes, I know that there's different religions out there. Some people don't like certain Bibles. Like some people would rather read the King James Version, whereas others would like to read the, Geneva. Or there's so many different texts, different translations, different transliteration. Geneva. Or there's so many different texts, different translations, different transliterations. So when I'm teaching this stuff, the verses is going to be read multiple texts, different translations, different transliterations. So when I'm teaching this stuff, the verses is going to be read multiple times because it's going to be, I need to include all the different biblical, you know what I mean? That way someone could be like, oh, well, that's not in my Bible. Well, I'm going to have several Bibles in front of me when I do that. That way nobody feels left out with what they read. I want to make it fair. So something we'll be working on here in the near future. Another thing too, if you go on chapter 9 of Kabbalion, hermetic vibration explains a lot. I have a video I started working on in terms of that goes along with the capabilities that the cryptid species use as a form of hermetic vibration. The cryptid species do that, for cloaking, what we would call cloaking, where they vibrate to the point to where their corpuscles drop down into the X field. And dang, I got a bunch of people wanting to get in. No, I don't do that. Sorry. But yeah, I want to do things so you understand what I'm telling you. And if you want to laugh at me, you want to criticize me, tell me I'm going to hell, I don't get what I'm telling you. And if you want to laugh at me, you want to criticize me, tell me I'm going to hell, I don't give a damn. You can say what you want. I like criticism. Just don't be an asshole. But on that note, I'm almost at the end here. Get out of the woods. I'm going to go up there, snuggle with my wife, and pick some jaggers out of my skin. They don't feel good, especially when they break off under your skin. You got to squeeze them out. Henry, hey, what's up, Henry? Sorry, I got 2 live streams going. But TikTok isn't buffering like I guess my YouTube's buffering like hell. TikTok staying strong. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. So, love, peace. Let's go watch Grace. Turtles. Now, how do I close out these live streams? I hit the X on the YouTube one. That's easy. Boop, that one's done. Done. I'll stay live for a minute longer for you guys. Good. I got this thing on my other phone. Visibility. Sorry, guys, it's something I gotta do here. Public. Back. Save. Okay. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Y'all don't want to look at this ugly bug. I'm horrible with it. So let me switch my camera around. No camera, I can't flip. You don't want to look at me. I'm ugly. Only my wife look at me. There we go. See, I'm almost out of here right now. like getting eaten up by jaggers again. I ended my YouTube live stream. I feel like getting eaten up by jaggers, so I'm gonna go this way. See, TikTok's getting the bonus. See, I came out here kind of late. Someone invites me to co-host. No. Maybe when I get in the house and plug my phone in, we'll see how much battery I have left. Maybe when I get in the house and plug my phone in, we'll see how much battery I have left. Ow! Damn it, that got my ear. Didn't feel good. Hey, Zach! Hoop! Hey, Zach! Hoop! Water! Huh! Gotta respect the flag. Chat a little bit. I still have 50% battery on my phone, so we could chit chat. I have 50% battery on my phone, so we could chit chat a little bit. Normally, I would have my ILBE on. Normally, I would have my ILBE on with individual equipment, but today, I did a while. Pacifier that rolled we have well. There. There's medicine back, but on my because look at ignored. So yeah, I will use my medicine bag. You see it's very low used. This is the call that I was open with. David Leonard Calls made it for me. He was watching my YouTube channel, and he makes game calls, and he was listening to the sounds they were making when they would approach me and whatnot. And itchy. I think I've gotten this in itch weed. Suck this. But he made the call for me. Whoa, there's a whole bunch. Oh, okay, there's my wife. My wife's popping in. There she is. But being that I didn't feel like wearing my ILBE, I got my wife, Julie Rose, who's on here now. That's my wife.
Hello.
That's my wife's. Not mine. In case an animal comes up. And I have my karambit on me as well that I keep in the front of my waist. That's my last resort. And I also, normally I have a boot knife on both of my boots. I was lazy and didn't feel like strapping one up tonight. So I only had the one that's laced into the front of my boots on my left. Normally I have one on the front of my left boot laced into my laces. And then I have another balance blade that's a Bowen one I have mounted on the side of my boots. When I go out there, I wear Rocky snake boots in case I get stuck on a snake or something. Put my camera raw. I got attacked by a dog one day at home. The neighbor's dog bit me. It didn't even pierce through him. Saved my leg. Yeah, here's my. Hello, Chilla Rose, my wife. How are you today?
Okie dokie, tired.
Were the kids good when I was gone?
Yeah.
Johnny sleeping yet?
He's waiting for Daddy.
Oh, okay. So now that I'm not having to pay attention to my surroundings, if anybody has questions in the chat, take this off of here. Take my phone off. I'll show you guys what my setup was while we were out there. Okay. This is my smaller flashlight I had on there. This is the spotlight I used. Like I said, the battery was dying quick out there tonight. Oh, yeah. Down to one. I got extra mounts in case I want to add other things to it. I had on here today, I used my facial recognition mount on it so I can mount the other phone on there that I was streaming on YouTube with. But for them, I used my crappy phone. My old crappy phone. So, get this off of here real quick. Oh crap, I'm bumping into something. Get off my phone. I gotta set you down. There we go. Alright. Flip the camera back. Do 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 do. There we go. Wayne Perry, number 2 grifter band. Hey, thank you for squatching that like. I got 3.9K in likes. I'm very grateful. You see, normally when people are live streaming on TikTok, they're cheering you on the entire time they're live. Yeah, beat the like, beat the like, beat the like. I can't do that in the woods. I can't do that because I have to stay focused and vigilant on my task, and I have to make sure I don't have any wild animals coming up trying to eat my little morsel bite. You know, I'm a little dude, so I gotta make sure ain't nothing trying to eat me in the woods. That's why it's not that I'm ignoring the chat. It's I have to keep my bearings when I'm out there and pay attention at all times of what I got going on around my surroundings. I have no choice. No choice at all, because if you're not vigilant, you screw up out there, it can cost you your life. You know, there could be a bear, coyotes come through, mountain lions. Even though there hasn't been no reports of mountain lions, but mountains of Pennsylvania. Anybody got questions in the chat other than trying to get a block? If I don't know you, I'm not giving you a block, because I've seen too many times where someone was nice enough to let somebody in on their channel, and then they start doing hate talk, or they start being belligerent and rude, and then they have to end the live stream because of that. I'm not setting myself up for no booby traps. I'm sorry, if I do not know you, you're not getting in one of these little boxes. I have to know you. And also,
How do you know me?
First, I know you're my wife. I'm on the back deck, by the way.
I know. I recognize the chair.
Hope there ain't a wasp nest under it. I got 5.1 likes, 5.1K. On my end, it's saying I got 3.9K.
Well, on my screen it's saying you have 5.3. Hey, whoop whoop.
That's cool.
You're gonna
On my screen, it's telling me I got beaver butt imitation vanilla, but on your screen, it's saying I got the real vanilla made from bean.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Buck? Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Wayne Perry. He's your number 2 gifter on here. I want to thank you. I really appreciate you guys for tapping the screen. I'm not chasing likes. I'm not chasing gifts. Just like on my YouTube channel, I have a super chat on there, and I tell people don't push that button. Don't donate to my channel. I'm not after money. People work hard for their money. Put it towards your family or your bills. Don't be sending me stuff. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's 4:42. What time are you supposed to get up?
7:15.
Oh crap. 7:15. I feel bad. I'm gonna get up early as hell. I'm gonna be sleeping still when you're up.
Oh no, you got to get up too because remember you got to go to town in the morning.
Oh no! Oh no! Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
My son. Yeah, he's awake all right.
I told you he was on here watching you. He was waiting.
You can let him come out here if you want. I'm on the back deck upstairs. As long as you don't wake Pap up.
Let me know, Dad.
Hmm?
Where's the phone?
12:43 a.m. I don't know whether to say good evening or good morning at this point.
Huh?
Hey. Hey, ladies, you want to check out my wife? She's the one in the box, that pretty lady with the cowboy hat. That's Chula Rose. That's my wife. She has a channel here on TikTok, and she's got more followers than me. That makes sense because she's like a motivational type of person, and she's really hot too. So I figured she would have more followers than me because I focus primarily on cryptozoology type stuff, and yeah, that's a more narrow path. I expected her to get more followers than me. Well, you got like 1,400 or 1,200?
Close to 1,300, yeah.
Close to 1,300. I got 916 last time I checked before I went live. Yeah, if you follow me, I always tell people if you follow me, I'll follow you back. But if I click on your name and you don't have no videos, I'm not following you back. If you do have videos, I'll follow you back. But this one time I had a bunch of people follow me in a single day, and I was trying to follow everyone back, and then TikTok shut me off on the follows. Like they wouldn't let me follow back. They limited
Pushed it
me.
too fast.
So if you follow me, I will follow you back. If you ever want to talk BS, feel free to message me through TikTok only. I I don't leave the forum. And don't hit on me because I'm married. Very happy. Like a lot of dudes are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm married." No, I ain't sorry, so I ain't saying sorry. Screw you. I'm married. And I'm not saying that just because my wife's on here. But my
I told you, do you want to go out with
at this point, I might as well go to sleep.
Yeah, well, you should at least try.
I am tired though, I ain't gonna lie. I am tired.
I just want to hold my own.
Alrighty. Wait, I'm gonna. Oh no, wait. Bub, what do you want to do? You want to get some sleep or you staying awake?
Go to sleep for hours now, Josh.
You've been wanting to go to sleep for hours.
Yep.
Alright. I'll quit acting like it's your fault. Let me unplug the spotlight shooting down to the yard. And then I'll go ahead and turn the lights off out here. But I'm eating before I come to bed. I'm gonna make a noodle packet. Look like hell there ain't no worms in it like that one day.
Just look at it before you cook it.
Cool. Look.
I'll go live again tomorrow. Like, I don't know. During the day, I might go live. I can go down there and check the crafting area, see if there's any tracks or whatever. Then again, I might just do a video of it. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. You want to snuggle wuggle?
Yeah, been waiting.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go snuggle with my wife. So, everybody here, I hope you have a blessed evening. What's left of it? Like me tonight. I'm very grateful for the likes that I had received and the gifts that were on here. I'm very grateful for that. And hope everyone has a good day and be blessed. Watch Grease. I don't know what live stream on now. I guess it's this one. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out that. And live, you'll disconnect. Yep, there we go. All right, guys, take care. Squash Top PA loves you all. Whoop whoop.
Bye bye.